last dance here. What up, YouTube? How's it going? Welcome to another stream. Large move. 18,300 liquidity up top. And it's pretty much upside from here. Yes, I am fully on June contracts now. You should be too. That's where all the volume is. That's where all the liquidity is. Held longs overnight. Best trade ever. Just paper trading. Nice. Very cool, Arista. Very cool. Well done. Well done. 18,281. Yes, that is correct. I don't have any macro or significant levels on the upside today because we've been here for so long. We whipped around all of the resistance levels. I don't really know where they're going to pin it. I do have one. It's just not between R1 and R5. So if we do go high, R6 will be the significant level on the SR levels this morning. So that's not a typo. So we'll see. There's the market open right here. Of course, looking around. Yeah, let me put bookmap on there for you. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Bookmap. And there it is. All right. So looking around the market here, we have got a lot of green in the top 10, and there's a lot of red in the X sectors too. Half of the X sectors are actually red right now. Half of them are green. XLC is the biggest winner of the day. That's because of everything that's in Tesla. Look, Google's for some reason up 6% today. Nvidia is up 3%. So tech is incredibly green once again. And up we go. What's up, Super Genius? What's up, YouTube? How's it going? Yeah, they just bought up the last 2 days overnight. Crazy stuff, yo. Crazy stuff. 514.23 ES is still climbing. And ES and NASDAQ cannot get away from this level right here. We've got liquidity up to 300. Looks like it's going to pop right there. 52.20 is liquidity. They've got 52.35. If you look up top, 52.70 is the main level up top here, which is the obvious one. A whole bunch of icebergs filled right before, and then 52.10 is the lower liquidity from there. But so far, we're doing its thing. Doing its thing. Let's see, Nvidia is still going 910.59. Very, very green pre-market right now. That's still going. 52.29 here. NASDAQ is still rocketing. 310, 320. It looks like they want 350 right here out of the gate. Wow. Still going. Now up 260 points from close. $320, $319. And let's see. Blast off right there. Already we've got a 60-point candle at the open and is absolutely going. Absolutely just going. So we'll see what they're going to do here. Vixpiration's coming up, yeah. Google licensing AI to Apple. For real, bussin'. Yeah, it's crazy. 18,314. Spoofing a touch liquidity down a little bit, but overall top wick. 316. ES has 52.17 down here. Very healthy open so far. Taking a look, the Dow's rocketing, the Dow is rocketing, Russell's falling. Microsoft is climbing hard, 416.89. And yeah, Nvidia's rocketing, Apple's rocketing. Let's see here. Still going. Watch Russell. If it does not play along in this move, down we go, I think. Yeah, we'll see. I'm very skeptical of pre-market moves like this that just blast with no stopping. I'm very skeptical of those type of moves. Let's see, 32.32. Another top wick on NASDAQ. Let's see. Let me see one thing. I'm going to hit refresh on the options data, let this thing play out. Top wick so far on NASDAQ. This is all AI move, maybe. VIX is down to 1448, which is their pivot all night long. And they are currently green 0.42%. So for me, I still haven't changed anything. I am still in the ballpark of patience. Patience. Until we get out of this range and the train leaves the station, I am going to maintain neutrality. I'm not going to swing anything. I'm not going to get any super euphoric bias because every single time for the past 2 months we have made a move, it's been immediately and egregiously rejected, whether it be a red move or a green move. NASDAQ a little bit more than the S&P. So NASDAQ is still, right again, smack dab in the middle of what we've been in for about a month and a half now. And we've had these moves all over the place. You know, the NASDAQ has put on 2 and 3 and 400 point moves like 6, 7 times, and every single time it's been knocked back down. That's where I'm going to maintain my thesis. And then, of course, SPY currently for the session of March 18th, which is today, 512 into the 513 area is kind of like the upper pivot. Is investing.com the only website you track data, or do you track something else? That's pretty much the only website I track data. I do obviously get Twitter notifications and stuff, but yeah, that's a good one for me. NASDAQ 18332, putting on 5220. Nvidia's rocking, Apple's rocking, Microsoft is rocketing, Google's rocketing, and Russell is coming off as it looks like a little bit of rotation back into the AI pump. Are you skeptical of rocketing opens as a setup for reversal down? It's not just the rocketing opens. I am skeptical of pre-market moves that are green the entire night that never pull back, and then we rocket like this. To me, that's more of a setup than it is actual stuff. Not to mention, we do have a little AI news here. I'm not to say I'm going to sit here and short this. I'm just saying I'm a little skeptical of moves that do this. Was what we're seeing right here. $52.30. NASDAQ is 18,326. $330. Still trying to top wick, but they're just kind of hanging out here at 325. SPY. Take a look at Nvidia. Apple, man, rocket ship 176 on Apple. They have another iceberg right here. Let's take a look at ES as well. ES is 52.29. Beautiful. 52.30. Still going to wait. We don't really have very much data today. Most of the data is definitely captured later half of the week, midweek and stuff. Right now, we're tempting to put a little top wick here, but the buyers are doing very, very well, holding this thing up. So we'll see how this thing rolls here. But overall, very, very green. The S&P is still half red, half green. So S&P is down to 52.31. They only popped up about 4 or 5 points. NASDAQ popped up a lot more. So we'll see what they're going to do with this thing here. Another big green candle. Looks like NASDAQ is finally going to break this top here. After a couple of top wicks, we'll see what they can do. Very, very strong green flows on NASDAQ, as everything in pretty much the NASDAQ name is just pulled back on the stick and full afterburner. I've got a long-dated cover call on SPY 514. This price action has been strumming that thing like a guitar the past month. Nice. And absolute rocket ships. Absolute rocket ships. 18,334. This one's probably going to take it out and pop into this 350 liquidity right here. Was that 330? So we just popped up into it. We just tacked 340. That top little liquidity. See that liquidity right there? That's right there. They just transacted that little guy right there. Little red 324. Back and forth so far. Not a lot of good, confident stuff. Massive red on RTY. Yeah, Russell's getting smoked. This is everything flowing in. You even mentioned the word AI. I mean, the flows are going to come, and that's exactly what's going on right now. Russell's getting smoked. All that money is pummeling right into it right now. Right into it. What's the time frame you're looking at? Currently 5 minutes. It's a 5-minute chart going back and forth between the 5 and 15. NASDAQ is still popping, and ES is still holding. So no movement so far on ES. NASDAQ is very, very green and not coming off. And yeah, right now I'm just kind of tracking Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft. They're all straight up. Russell's straight down. Let me see. Yeah. RTY, man, it's getting smoked. Let's take a look at RTY. I told you all I was going to take at least 3 trades on Russell this week, and that's what I'm going to do. There's too many opportunity in Russell that I'm missing out on trading the chop that we've been seeing the past couple of months. IBKR is telling me I don't have market data for no reason. Any quick fix? Make sure that you have to maintain. Make sure you're maintaining your balance for the market data and you're subscribed to it. Let's see, ES is going. NASDAQ exploding even higher. Russell's starting a bottom wick right now. Very, very green moves. What's up, Alex? How you doing? Good morning. 18,341, and now NASDAQ is 340 points off of Friday's lows. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. NASDAQ's looking even stronger than NKD. Yeah, I didn't even check NKD. Man, NKD rocketed too. Dang. Yes, I've been having issues with IBKR desktop this morning. Yesterday, a section of the site gave a 404. Can't wait for Tasty Trade to come to Canada. I've never had a problem with IBKR. Mine runs fine right now. Let's see. Still looking. Yeah, so today, like I said, on Monday, we've got nothing at all. We have a 3-month bill auction at 11:30, which is not going to do anything at all. Tomorrow, we've got building permits. We have Red Book. We have Atlanta GDP, 20-year bond auction. All 2-star events, yes, but still something. And then, of course, Wednesday's the big dog, FOMC. That's the creme de la creme of data. Nowadays, it used to be CPI, now it's FOMC. First Apex finally paid out. Nice hilltop. Beautiful. Seems like short's going to get squeezed every week. Yeah, I don't think so, man. I mean, we haven't moved upwards at all in over a month, so I don't think anyone's getting squeezed here. I think this is the process of distribution. Is that every single time we pop up to the top of the range, the dealers dump it back over on high volume, and they're going to compete. They're going to continue to repeat that process until the inventory is gone, and then they'll begin the cycle of hit pieces, bring the market down to re-up their supply of inventory. That's my thesis. 18,335. We blew past SPX expected move with all that overnight action. Mean reversion probably is higher today. Yeah, definitely. Does NASDAQ have anything higher on Bookmap? Let's take a look. NASDAQ right now has got 350 and nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing lower. ES has got 5270, which is up here. That's the biggest level up top, and they've got 5220, 5210, 5155, 5115, 5075, and I think, oh, they got even this cat 4925. So the skew is exceptionally southern on ES, way south. Another iceberg just hit on ES as well. $18,315 just came on. Let's take a look. I didn't see it. Oh, we're jumping all over the place here. Yeah, 300. What was that? And gone? Yeah, right there. They spoofed it. You're right. So NASDAQ has heavily top-wicked the last 4 candles and still goes higher, which is the price action I hate. That's why I'm kind of just chilling to see what they're going to do with this first half hour. Russell's still going lower right now. Exceptionally red pre-market on Russell. $18,354 still going. Apple is absolutely squeezing. Just rocket ships on Apple. 243 on Apple right now. Nvidia's up 5%. Google's up 8%. Meta's up 2%. Tesla's up 2%. AVGO's up 1.3. Just going nuts. ES is not moving at all. That's because XLF is getting smoked. The banks are dropping big time. It's Tech Week in California. So far, so good, man. You are right. So far, so good. Red candles on Russell still going off. Right here. Oh, man. Cray-cray, man. Absolutely cray-cray. NASDAQ continues to top-wick everything. Everything's exceptionally top-wicked here. What's oil doing right now? Oil is back and forth, red-green. Why is Apple squeezing like this? Insane move. AI, baby. It's AI. Everything is AI. Rocket ships. I got my Trading Sardines book in the mail this weekend. I'm pretty pumped. Gonna start reading that thing. I'll let y'all know what I think. Top wick on ES. Will NASDAQ join the selling? Man, I mean, most of tech is up over 3% right now, so I don't know. You know, I'm sure it'll pull back a little bit, take some profit. I mean, it can't. This pre-market usually is indicative of some sort of profit taking, but man, I wouldn't be looking to short NASDAQ until it's obvious at the moment. Let's say 328. There's a little bit of red there. Russell's putting on a small green. Caught that entire wick for 20 points. Beautiful. Beautiful. Another top wick. That's double top wick on NASDAQ. Nvidia is putting on a small red. In the 15-minute, we have a double top wick as well. So any kind of pullback, I would look for, oh, man, another 50 points down or so. But other than that, man, it's holding up. It's holding up. Russell's still going down. ES has 5217 liquidity. XLF is still getting smoked. premiums right now, we're at about 17% IV. Nothing crazy as well. So again, I don't really see much there. RTY still going. Rotation out. $52.26. Still no movement there. Kind of holding the bottom of the range to be expected. RTY still coming off. Dropping. NASDAQ is trying to top wick again, but still holding, obviously. ES is definitely providing a little bit more, but still holding there too. Russell's still dropping 205. 335 and holding. They've got liquidity down to 300. That would be a great pullback to go long. But, I mean, it's exceptionally bullish. Exceptionally bullish so far. Still just being very patient. We have 10 minutes till the top of the hour, which will give us a good indication about what to do right here. Probably going to reverse about 9 or 9:30. Yeah. 336. See, CVD is still holding steady, 845. No real icebergs except this one cat, 346. ES, no real icebergs after they filled the 700, but they've got 5220 liquidity, which was 7 points down. NASDAQ is still top wicking pretty much everything, but holding 334. I was at a MNQ long at 18100 last night. I had a stop set at 150, wake up being 18300. Yeah, it's crazy. Five-minute candles here. So if this price action holds true, I would expect a little bit of a retracement here on NASDAQ. I mean, it's top wick, top wick, top wick, top wick, and now a fifth top wick in a row. That's not going anywhere, but it looks like it is going to retrace a little bit here based on the price action. And not to mention it's coming into the top of the hour, so we'll see. And there's a little bit pullback on down. Beautiful stuff. Nice to actually come to fruition there. Red candles, 5226. Beautiful stuff. What's up, Paul? How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Good morning, everyone. Starting late. Have an awesome day. You too, Damien. Coming off just a touch, a little bit of red on down. Russell, large green candle. Right off of 52. When we do break 449 on NQ, I keep selling credit spreads and it just feels like cheating, but I'll be burned eventually. Well, that's okay. I mean, that's a great strategy. The past 2 months, the best thing to do is just sell spreads. But just be ready that if it does burn you, that you're ready to hedge or close. That's all there is to it. You know, that's the only thing you got to do with credit spreads is learn to hedge or close. Refresh. Boeing puts back, yeah. Yeah, Boeing continues to get smashed. It's just one problem after another. They had yet another problem with another airplane. It's just over and over and over. Over and over and over. Non-stop. They're testing my loyalty. That is for sure. I still think it's a long term. Thank you for the Zoom call last night and for answering my question. You're very welcome, Vish. I hope you enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed that stream. It was a good one. Boeing VPA signals. Yeah, yeah. Oh man, it's terrible. It's terrible. I don't even know what's going on with them anymore. I don't get it. If iceberg value negative on subchart, does that mean they are long? No. Looking at the daily SPY 508 was triple bottom strong support. Anything above it seems to be by the dip. Yep. In fact, that's one of the reasons why my SR levels have a significant level right there, right where you talked about, because you're exactly right. As long as we hold over that, we don't have true seller's momentum here. We're just back and forth. This is where y'all talk about patience, but patience is longer than just waiting for a trade on the 5-minute chart. Patience is waiting weeks and weeks and weeks for a good, strong play. And the play is coming. Anna Coling talks about it. She said that she enjoys consolidation on the long term because she knows what's coming after that consolidation. Breakout or breakdown. You gotta be patient. Don't get hacked up, man. Trading this back and forth crap, swinging positions. We've had several indications of strong selling and buying, and not one of them has played out in the past 2 months. We just gotta wait. All of a sudden, the winds will shift in your sales. In the sales of the market, you'll see it. The winds will shift, and all of a sudden, it'll be hit piece after hit piece after hit piece. The recession and terrible and something with the freaking elections or something, and then we'll start having 2% red days, 1.5% red days, down, 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 because that's how they move that liquidity. Or it'll be the other way around. It'll be everything's better than ever. AI, cure cancer, boom, 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 and we blast up to 5,400. You just got to be patient. Thoughts on hedging and long-term accounts? I'm approaching the time where I need to buy. I'm going to put on some puts, some long-dated puts on my account. The time is coming. Sometime this year, I'm not going to close anything except for my REITs, but I will put on a long-term hedge to protect my account. Another bottom wick on NASDAQ. You're welcome, James. You're welcome. Collar trade, a long-term port, something like that. Yeah. I'm going to take a small dollar amount that I'm willing to just light on fire and put it onto my position on my portfolio just for peace of mind. Something that if it does hit, it'll 2,000x, 2,000%. That's the way I want to look at it. I don't mind sacrificing 10 grand or something like that for possibly to pay out a couple $100,000 if it were to hit. Yeah, black swan hedge. It'll be probably anywhere in the ballpark of 12 to 18 months out. I think we're nearing that time. And I'm not necessarily meaning a crash. I just mean downside. Protected against downside. That's all. Red candles on AS coming off. Large red. Booyah. I'll wait for my ice cream that cures diabetes. That's my market mover. Heck yeah. Red candles back down. Sweet. Yeah, beautiful move. So that was my first trade of the day for me. After all those top wicks come into play, and I'm going to go ahead and roll this thing down, and that's going to be it for me. Got a time in mind for tier 2 call today. I'm working, but I'm going to make the time somehow. Do you have a better day? Because I know you're one of the real estate people that want to know about it. So if you have a better day this week, I haven't officially planned the event yet, but I could do it today. I could do it sometime this week, whatever's best for y'all. And we can get in there. Iceberg up here, 13,302. I could do tomorrow in the morning sometime, but in the afternoon I'm covered up. I actually have to drive downtown tomorrow afternoon, and I'm not looking forward to it. I'd rather punch myself in the face with a sledgehammer than drive downtown, but unfortunately I've got to. Nvidia is dropping, Nasdaq is dropping. After 5 top wicks in a row, they finally give it out, and I'm going to continue to ride the short down into probably 275. I'm not going to look for too much more than that, which is only 20 more points down. I don't expect very much else to happen with that. Downtown Alaska, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Too many meese down there. All the meese down there are a little aggravated. Stupid meese. $52.20 is my target for ES right here. $52.24. Nasdaq is holding. Nvidia is coming back to green, 910. Back to 300. That's what it was. Came down and tapped that 300. Amazon looking like it's going to for the center of the earth. Amazon's, yeah, big red candles on Amazon. And Nasdaq with another big top wick on down. Another big top wick on down. Looks like it's going to sell this thing down into, man, can you imagine if they reversed all this? I told you I'm skeptical. I'm going to continue to ride this thing down. I'm skeptical of large green pre-markets that do this. I'm very skeptical of large green pre-markets that rocket, and then rocket into the open. It just seems like a trap. Not to say we're going to reverse every bit of it, but, I mean, obviously we've got a little red here. Just a little pullback. 291, 292. Nvidia top wick 905.25, and Nasdaq is trying to punch down a little bit more, another top wick, but I don't know. They're starting to put liquidity at 175. Hmm. 296, 295. $300, still holding 300. Back to 514, 295. They're putting on liquidity down to 180, which that's far down. That would really require an Nvidia to sell off, which we all know that ain't gonna happen. Large green candles coming up. 301. Russell's still moving back down. Not bouncing there. Apple's still moving down. A little bit of retreat there on Apple. All right, there goes into Nasdaq. Looks like it's going to hold this green. Little bottom wick there. 15. So I'm going to set my stops on down. I don't want to give up very much more of that than green because I know what's happening here. 5 minute. 305, 308. That's already about a 30-point bounce or so. XLF is still coming back down. Nvidia's GTC meeting today. I know they got something going on, but it makes me leery to short anything. Yeah, tell me about it. They're going to pull a Missy Elliott? Heh. We'll see. Large green candles there. NASDAQ still going up. 304, 305. Apple still selling off there. Nvidia is not climbing just yet. Back up. But still holding 300 area on NASDAQ. 5 minute. Refresh. 516 is the main strike today. Another top wick on NASDAQ. Conference all week long. Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious to see what's going to come of that. NASDAQ is rounding back over again, but still holding 300. If they do get through this 300 area, I'll just look for the overnight consolidation in the 270 area. Anything more than that, we'll play it, but I'm just going to ride this thing until we get down into the 270 area and play tight with my stops. Like I said, I'm not looking for a blowout short here, just a little bit of retracement after all this green. And I'd probably look for the overnight consolidation from about 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, that little range there. And we'll see how that plays out. A little bit more red. Now NASDAQ and RTY is dropping in tandem. Apple and Nvidia is all dropping. 295. Holding 300 again. Still glued 300. Another bottom wick on NASDAQ. Still waiting. Still waiting. I'm just going to roll my stops down to probably, let's call it 309 is about where I'm going to plan them, because we're about to bottom, we can go back up. We're about to bottom, we can go back up here. It appears. There's a large green right out of the gate. Boom. Boom. So that was a good stop for me. That was a good stop for me. There's that large green. I don't want to capture any larger move like that, so at least on the upside. 322. I saw an interesting post a couple weeks back saying NVIDIA will go to 5,000 by 2030, but because in the future they will use NVIDIA AI chips for self-driving vehicles and robots. I believe it. Believe it. All right, there we go. Do I have any open trades? I currently stopped out of that short. I was shorting those top wicks on down and caught a good chunk of it, nearly all of it. And now I'm looking to position long if this were to hold. Once this holds, I'll be looking to play the top. So I was looking for about 270, 275. We only got down to about 285. So pretty close to that. And then now we're rocketing back up. So there you go. There you go. Large green candles. Large green candles. What was it, 833? X that out. Don't need that. Russell's bouncing back up again there too. First time here, what are you looking at? This is Bookmap right here. Bookmap and then SPY chart. So Bookmap is a live order flow tracker that tracks liquidity on the order book and presents them in a visual format. It's a fantastic way to disseminate data. What's up, Kennedy? How you doing? Went long on previous candle, Miss Elliott. There you go. There you go. Oh my gosh. All right, we're going to see. We're holding right here on NASDAQ. And going nicely. 18,340. So I popped into a small NASDAQ long here. I caught the move late on this one after closing out my short to see if we can get back up into this 360. Because if this does hold that high, we'll continue to put in those highs. So far, the selling is not really holding, which is fine. $340 back and forth. ES is 52. Almost ES is about to put a new high in because banks recovered. And if the banks recover, ES is going to catch up very quickly if they haven't already, which they're just about have. In fact, ES took out their prior highs about to, and NASDAQ is still coming along here, but I'm going to ride this long up a little bit more. I almost said short and long at the same time, which got to be careful saying those two words together. Keynote at 4 p.m. I can't see no NVIDIA not by 1K tonight. Whew, man, we'll see. Might be tempted to take calls this week on NVIDIA. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. Large green on Russell. They're going to bounce back up here too, it appears. Man, NASDAQ is just going 350. Going in breakout mode. Still ride this long. Sweet. So the long is working out very well right now. Even though I caught the move very late, I'll take it. You know, with the short combined with the long, heck yeah. So we'll see how far we can ride this baby up. If they can hold, if I could survive the rejection off the prior high, I think I can ride this thing out for a good portion of the morning. I'm going to ride this AI euphoria all the way up. So ES just took out the prior high. NASDAQ is about to take out the prior high. And go. Oh, man. 362. I'm going to set my stop there. This FOMC is going to be bad. Can you do an AI event? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Looked heavy for about 15 minutes. He has all those top wicks. Just a little profit taking. I wasn't expecting much more than just some profit taking. That's what it was. Still holding 347. Let's take a look at FOMC. Heh, geez Louise. Freaking FOMC. 15, currently at 5. There we go. What's up, Peter? Good morning, good morning. Large red candle on the old Russell. ES is 52.32 top wick. NASDAQ is top wicking. $51.68 on SPX. Let's see, VIX new low coming off, and VIX just broke into red territory after being green. Still killing the VIX. And ES is coming higher. NASDAQ is still going higher. And I'm still going to ride it. I won't accept any major red flow off this because I had a late entry. You know, I'm only long from, you know, like 326. So I'll continue to ride it, and I'll set a stop up. But see if we can get that breakout. Let's take a look at the old flow. What is it doing going on today? So we do have a skew of call buying. It's not that heavily skewed, though. In fact, it's pretty balanced right now on SPY. Apple's strong call buying, and Google's incredibly strong call buying, and that's about it. We'll see what they're going to do with this thing. Actually managed to catch a move on Apple for 8%. Nice. That's what I'm looking at right now. Nice. Apple's double top in 176. Bonds aren't moving. XLF is back up to where it was. And we'll see what they're going to do with this right here. Coming back up. Hmm. 341. Let's go back to the daily. Let's see where this puts us. So ES, this puts us near the top of the range. We have about another 30 points to go for that. NASDAQ has about another 300 points to get to the top of the range. And now we're putting on some very tight 5-minute dojis back and forth, back and forth. Three, 4, 3. There we go. Sweet. So now we're picking it up. And we'll see what they're going to do with this thing. See if we can get, like I said, if I can survive the rejections off the prior high, which is about 360, we'll see what we can actually do with this. I could actually potentially turn into a nice little trade here. But we got to survive the prior pivot. So far, it's doing just fine. That top wick scares you when it starts to come off that level. I got stung in the face 6 times by a bee this weekend. It was fantastic. Highly recommend it. My face is still swollen. It was fantastic. Yeah, it does suck. I am serious, yeah. So Mrs. OM went to go pick up her bees, and we went to the apiary, and the guy had like 150 hives out there, and there's bees freaking everywhere. But he's like, as long as you don't swat them, you'll be fine. So I got out of the truck to put on my bee suit, because we got a bee suit with a little helmet thing. The second I get out of the truck, mind you, Mrs. OM already has her bee suit on, because she's smart. She put it on in the truck. So I get out of the truck to put on my bee suit. Immediately, it was like the opening scene of Saving Private Ryan when the doors drop. It's like bam, 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 bam. Bees just attack me. And I'm on the ground. I'm pulling off my hoodie. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm getting stung all over, ear, face, swollen." I get back in the truck. I put on my bee suit. It was great. It was great. My ear looks like a slice of sausage over here. It's terrible. Looks like I got cauliflower ear. Immunity from bee stings, yeah. That's why women live longer, yeah. It's terrible. Couple of top wicks again on NASDAQ. We got to get through 338. Or we have to hold 338, I should say. I haven't heard cauliflower since I was wrestling in high school. I have a deformed earlobe. Oh, there you go. Yeah. I'm going to tell people I fight UFC. Went to a hockey game and they have all these disclaimers now because 3 people are hit with a puck in the same game. One girl got a broken nose, the other got a broken jaw. Yeah. All right, here comes the green. I need to give out 357. We can give that out. That's where we're going, baby. And we can finally get a move upwards. That would be sweet. 350. Can we get it? They got to hold it and get above it. They put on liquidity here, 362. I think we're going to do it. The iceberg and liquidity right here. I think they'll go and do it. Tyson versus Foreman ear. Well, hopefully it's not Tyson versus Holyfield ear. I'd prefer cauliflower over that. Yeah, it was Evander Holyfield, the guy who bit his ear off. Yeah, it was Holyfield. Apple's rocketing. He was hungry. He needed flesh. I have to get into futures. Just found your channel yesterday. Current video on Bookmap. Thanks, Billy. Welcome to the community. Let me know if you have any questions. Nasdaq still can't break out. It's gonna make me wait for it. That's what it's gonna do. Just gotta be patient. Just gotta be patient. Another top wick. All right, I'm going to put my stop just at the bottom of this candle at like about 340, which is probably going to get stopped out here, but I don't want to risk a big old blowout red candle. Not for a little scalp here. I saw a funny meme with him and Tyson and Jake Paul. Had earrings on it. Said you had no idea what you just did. Yeah. Yeah. NASDAQ still holding. There we go. There we go. Come on. Give it to me. Give it to me, baby. And immediate top wick. Come on, survive the high. Survive the high. Don't top wick it. Don't top wick it. Even the Russell's starting to bounce too. There we go. So we have a new high on NASDAQ. If we could survive this candle, I can ride this baby up into the 18,380 on NASDAQ. And now we're going. Now we're going. Now we're going. There we go. Come on. I'm going to shift my stops upwards into the 350 area. That'll secure me about 30 points per contract here. And we could still go. After catching the red move down, I'm now long on this move back up. We're getting swifty. Show me what you got. Right off the POC, higher on the 5-minute. Volume is dropping. A little divergence there. Even the Russell's starting to pick up and explode even higher. Still going. 374, still going. That's 50 points per contract. I'll take it. And yeah, I'll set my stop here about 354. Let's call it 355. I'll set my stop. And I'll just kind of hang out, let this thing do its thing. Just in case this is the move. $370. Big green in on the VIX. See a little top wick there. I took a 5170 SPX 0DT for 10 points. Nice call. Nice, John. Well done, buddy. Just hearing cauliflower, my ears pooped back up. Yeah. Yeah. NASDAQ is still going, 376. Nice. So, not really much to do here. Just ride this baby out. Let's see how far this train can take me. And I'll just continue to ride it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yeah, my thesis overall, agnostic, is that they're going to blast this into FOMC and then they're going to drop it. That's my thing. That's my thesis. Still going. There you go, still going green. FOMC is Wednesday. I bought puts on Thursday. They were looking exceptional till this morning. Yeah, man, it's back and forth. It's been back and forth. It's hard to be playing. It's hard to swing. Unless you're taking the 1 DTEs, or like taking them over, hold them overnight, like there's no way to swing this stuff. Just take calls at the end of the day on red days and take puts at the end of the day on green days. That's pretty much the only way to have done it. May 17th, 5,000. Oh, that's not a bad play. That's not a bad play. It gives you plenty of time. You're okay. Still going green. Still holding, baby. Let's see what we can do. Still going. Holy crap, look at this thing. 60 points per contract on a late move. If you caught the bottom of that red, well done. You just hit 100 points per contract. And they're putting on 437. I don't have a lot of good technical analysis for you on this play, except for the fact that we came down into the overnight support, bounced off of it, and that's where I exited my shorts and went long. And now I'm just going to hold it until it kicks me. After that, that'll probably be it for me today. So I went on a rant last night in Tier 2 about y'all on Friday. Not going to lie. About why so many people are unsuccessful. Let's see. Talk about my back, I see. Yeah. Because I mean, Friday was a great. What did I tell y'all when I signed off on Friday? The volume was terrible. The price action was terrible. I'm going outside. Like I'm getting as far away from these charts as possible. And yeah, it was basically what I wrote on Friday. And I left and I did that. And I come back that afternoon just to kind of check on things. And all y'all are like, oh, bottom wick, top wick. Oh, they're bouncing to here. They're selling off here. Big candles. And I was like, we're not even moving. It's like we haven't moved 5 points in 6 hours. Like, what are y'all doing? And it's like, do you need to trade or do you have to trade? Like, or do you want to trade or do you need to trade? That's the difference. And though there are times where I know it's not just a catchphrase. Look at Nvidia though, Nvidia's selling off. Hold on a second. I'm gonna set my stop. Boom. I'm gonna go ahead and get out right here. I don't like that red candle on Nvidia. Nvidia's giving it all back. Yep, I'm out. And the overall thing is like if you're to the point in your career where you have to trade, then you got to stop doing that, because Friday was a great day to just get away from the charts, take it easy, stretch your legs a little bit, and enjoy not being in front of the computer. But sometimes there's no analysis to be done. It's just crap. It's crap price action. If you want to trade, find something worth trading. Nasdaq certainly was not it. Sometimes the best trade is definitely no trade. In fact, most of the time the best trade is no trade, in my opinion. Entered an SPX put. Nice. I should have jumped in 442 calls when you confirmed. That's okay. Thank you. For small accounts, do you recommend using a 0 DTE hedge or a regular stop loss? If you're in a zero DTE position, I would not recommend hedging. I would just get out and put a stop on it, especially for the unexperienced trader. I mean, zero DTEs move so aggressively, you're gonna end up losing more money on the hedge than you stand to make in the original position. Or you're gonna take frequent losses. You're gonna cause a lot of frustration. Don't do that. I would certainly hedge longer dated positions, but not zeros. I would just get out. Y'all get any more trades? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Jabronis. Man, Nvidia is not liking this session. New low of the day for Nvidia. Muy interesante. Ooh, red candles. Look at that. Nice. Man, Nvidia is still getting smoked. Still getting smoked. I saw a scalping strategy where you enter short on a red candle close and longs on a green candle close. You only risk the candle size. That's a little bit too fast for me. To me, especially you, Robert, who's very young, I would focus on building long-term strategies and just augment with scalps, with short-term trading. But your primary bread and butter for me, if you want to become exorbitantly wealthy, is to focus on long-term trades. If you start buying stocks now, there's no reason why you won't be a millionaire by the time you're 50. There's no reason at all why you can't be a millionaire by the time you're 50. I can pretty much guarantee you will be a millionaire in your life if you start buying stocks now and never stop. And then you put into your 401k. I can guarantee it. There's very few things in life that I can guarantee of you becoming a millionaire, except this right here. If you want to be a millionaire, listen to the things that we teach here, and of course everyone else teaches. The basic easy stuff. Buy and hold, buy and hold, buy and hold. And then augment with scalping. Nvidia's still getting smoked. Red candles. Man, Nvidia's just dropping like a rock, dude. Do I need to short NASDAQ here? They are putting on a little bit of ascending wedge. 15-minute, let's take a look. Volume is gone. I don't want to jump right back in. I've already done short than long. Let's just see what happens here. I'm gonna be a little patient. I'm gonna sit on my hands. By that time, the average house will be 1 million. The average house pretty much already is 1 million. It's crazy, man. I got a Roth IRA and a regular broker account, and that every time I get income. So you know what I've decided I'm going to do, by the way? Me and Mrs. OM have, we're very outdoorsy people. So we finally figured out we're not going to spend $320 a square foot on a house. I'm just not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. I refuse to buy into the $320 a square foot. So we're actually going to self-build. We're going to self-contract out to save. Especially when looking at the quote the guy gave me, and 75% of the quote is labor and fees. So I was like, screw that. I'm just going to self-contract out. I know my father-in-law's an electrician. My brother-in-law's a plumber. I've got contacts in every field. I don't have to have a contractor to do it myself. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to save a couple $100,000. Yeah, absolutely self-contract. California is so crazy. It's 1K a square foot here. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. FOMC is Wednesday. Yeah. I took only 2 trades today and exceeded my daily target. Beautiful. I'm going to start trading for the day, not to repeat my overtrading mistakes. Do it. Close it out. Close it out. $18,362. 52.37 on ES, kind of chopping back and forth. You can save a lot of money like that, definitely. Looking to purchase land and hold? Do it. That's the other way to become a millionaire. Buy some land that's cheap, that you know that in the future will become very much in demand, and hold it. $365. Still going green. My brother-in-law runs a property development company. Lots of nice places. They have two-man quotes from labor is insane. He contracts 10 pence. Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. It's obscene. You know how much a 600-foot concrete driveway runs right now? You know what the quote I got for a 600-foot concrete driveway? $107,000. It's obscene. $107,000 for a 600-foot concrete driveway. My aunt paid less than a 25% of that in the early 2000s. I talked to her about it. Less than 25% of that in the early 2000s for the same size driveway. Apple new high of the day, Nvidia's low of the day, which is weird to see. It's crazy. Put them kids to work, yeah. Yeah. Can you explain the technical signals you saw that prompt you to sell your Nasdaq short? Are you talking me to? Are you saying to sell to open or close it out? The short position. I can go through either. Close it, okay. Let's look on YouTube. Are you on YouTube, Vish? I live in the southeast United States. James. Oh, I'm sorry, Southern Alaska. But yeah, it's terrible. It's crazy. All right, let me see what I can do here. All right, let me see what I can do. All right, so why did I close out my NASDAQ short in the morning? One, my target was 18,275. That was my target. Why? Tier 2 reasons. And there's a smack dab in the middle of the consolidation. We were there for many hours throughout the evening. We pinned to 18,275. So on any profit taking, that was my target. That's me being proactive. I'm not going to blindly hold a short, cross my fingers, hoping that we reverse down 300 points. Me being proactive, I am looking for a target, which was about 18,275. We didn't get there. We got to 18,285, so 10 points off. And once we started to roll this position down, my eyes were glued to market awareness. Apple, Nvidia, Amazon, Microsoft, all that kind of stuff. When they started to bounce, I started to see the 5-minute bottom wicks on NASDAQ. I did not want to risk them recuperating, which I wasn't expecting much more than a little profit taking anyway. So I elected to close out the short position. I stopped out of the short, and then once we held that first green candle at 10:05, that's when I started putting on a long position, and I held that until new highs. Huge green candles on Russell. Bam, bam, bam. If I buy land, what are the steps to build a house? I am planning to buy land and build a house. I have no idea where to start. Good question. The first thing you want to do is get it perked. That's the first thing you've got to do. Depending on how much land, the first thing I would do, honestly, is buy enough land where you could put it in some sort of conservatorship, or you could put it into some tax benefit position. For me, I've got mine in what's called the green belt, which means I pay 10% of what the taxes normally are, because it's in a green belt, which means it's like agricultural land. After that, you got to get the land perked to make sure it can perk for how many bedrooms and bathrooms you want. After that, the surveys and all the permits that the government requires you to pay, because home of the free, land of the free, home of the brave, right? We have to beg the government's permission to build a home. You get that done, and then you start to set up who you want to build your house, who you want to do the construction. And I can go through the list of subs because I'm doing that now. You've got to get a septic system sub. You have to get the driveway and the site prep. You got to do electric, plumbing, any kind of insulation if you want to do spray foam. So like 5 or 6 different subs, and depending on how much you want to do yourself. But the first thing is absolutely you got to get it perked, because if it doesn't perk, then you can't build a house there, because the government won't let you. The big bad scary government won't let you until you pay your uppance. Because if it doesn't perk, that's if you're using septic. If you're using the sewer, then you don't have to worry about necessarily perking. But if you're doing a septic, then if it doesn't perk, then you won't be able to get the drainage you need to build the house, and they won't let you do it. You won't be able to get a permit. I hate the government. You're welcome, Vish. Let me know if that answers everything. Multi-grain bread at $4.48 plus tax. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, Nancy. It's obscene. There's a plot of 4 acres in a newly developed area bought last year to Walmart before they finished the Lowe's for $8,000. Lantley Curley's praised $8,000 per acre. Yep. Yep. How did I find this out over time? I mean, I've been buying properties for a while. I was fortunate enough to buy properties when, like for example, my first house was $148,000. So I've been fortunate enough to buy properties when the market wasn't crazy. It's a much more difficult now. But yeah, it's just learning this. Not to mention, I've had family in the trades, so I've learned to do all this stuff. Not to mention, I'm a big believer in YouTube. YouTube is the best tool out there. I'm one of those dudes that I learn by getting my hands dirty. I'm kind of like, screw it. I'm going to do it and figure it out along the way. And in that process, you learn how to deal with all this crap. and you learn how absolutely worthless the government is and how absolutely worthless inspectors are. Yeah, we're gonna get into it, Baywater, definitely. Have you ever had to rouse squatters? I have not. I've had them destroy one of my properties before, but not. I've never had to deal with a squatter because I'd probably be in jail if I had to deal with a squatter. Yeah, I wouldn't deal with that the way the government wants me to. Is it smart to only rent until I can buy a house full in cash so I don't pay interest? Some people say renting is throwing away money. I don't think so. I think renting is a tool to get you from point A to point B. Would I find the best place to rent and spend $4,000 a month? No, but I'd find a place that's manageable, that's safe, that's in a good school zone that I can get into without having to commit myself to anything bad, and then save up some money to get into to buy my own property, which is not easy. All right, Nasdaq appears as though it wants to take out that prior high. Russell's still going up here too. I'm currently flat. I don't have any positions. I've already had one short, one long. Pass-through expense. There you go. Yep. I'm up 6% on all accounts. Think we'll call it a day. Nice, Paul. Well done. Very, very good stuff. After an R&R of 1 to 1, I usually move my stops to break even and take it 2-1, 70%. I let it run. That's a great idea. Once you hit R&R, you move your stop to break even. I think that's probably a fantastic method to go about doing that. The only thing I would tweak there is to make sure you've got a good target for your profits. So you're a little bit less reactive is what I'm saying. I don't know if that's what you applied or not, but I think that's an awesome strategy for sure. For sure. Do you know what the tax situation looks like getting paid by Apex? Yes. I'm getting ready to take my first draw, but it's a 1099. So all you do, you have to file that as 1099 contractor income on your taxes, which is a pass-through tax to your normal tax rate on your taxes, like your personal W-2 rate. Whatever your tax rate is, that's what you're going to be taxed at with the 1099. That being said, if you are someone who's pulling money out of Apex, you need to set aside 30% for your grace. The government's got to get their crummy little Zelensky's got to get their crummy little hands on your money. So make sure you're putting out 25 to 30% set aside for them. Otherwise, you'll be hit with a fat tax bill at the end of the year. Israel too. Oh my gosh. Yeah, trust me. It's tax season, dude. You're going to hear me talk a lot about the government in the next couple of months. I apologize in advance. I'm having to write checks. Stupid government. Have I taken any trades on ES? Negative. I took a NASDAQ short and NASDAQ long. Apple's coming off, Nvidia's starting to base. I think if everyone were forced to write a check to the government instead of having stuff pulled from the paycheck, we'd get some change. I think you're right. Yeah. I think that's a great concept. The problem is most of America is, they're having trouble picking up the remote to the TV because they've got too much Cheeto dust on their fingers to want to do anything. So this is just going to continue to happen until we run out of Cheetos and Netflix. SPY is 515. This is where the more strike is, right here. Anyway, right now I don't really see too many setups. I've already got my trades in here, and so we're just waiting for another opportunity, if any. If any. I don't have to take another trade, but if something comes up, we'll take it. Looks like hogwash. It is. Yeah. Sometimes you trade futures, sometimes option for intraday scalping. How do I choose what I want to trade for a small account with the biggest impact? Well, honestly, that really depends on you as a trader. And if I'm looking for opportunity, on trending days, I tend to lean towards options. If I see days with volatility or trends, I want to trade options because options are going to pay you way more than futures. If I'm not truly confident in the price action, then I'll trade NASDAQ futures just to avoid theta. If I want to hold position for a long time, most likely I'm going to do options. But if in terms of expiration, if you've got a smaller account, stay far away from short-dated options. Only go with long-dated options, weeks/months. And then as you get better and better, you can turn it down a little bit if you want to shorter expiration. But understand that the more risk you put on, the shorter expiration you put on, the less amount you have to put on the line. Shorter expiration, 0 DTE contracts, like, yeah, I play them a lot, but I'm putting a small fraction of my account on the line when I'm trading 0 DTEs. That's why my daily goal is so low, because if I turn up my daily goal, that requires me to turn up my position size, and I just can't do that. I can't do that with 0 DTEs. I had some healthy money on that SPX put from that expired on Monday, but I made more money because of that 1,000% gain I took on the call. So that paid for it. But that had a lot more money on the line than I would take on 0 DTE. And that's just good position management. So can we claim what we pay in tax as a donation to charities? I wish. I wish. I wish. Wish I could record every word you say and turn it into an audiobook. I'd be amazing. Losses by theft, slippage, yeah, spillage. Well, if you don't, I'm getting a book put out. It's a long process. I got to finish it though. That's my goal. Is get my book finished and put it out. It won't be anything groundbreaking. I mean, y'all probably already know every word of it before I even send it out, but still, it'll be interesting. Three five two, 353. Well, we got a little red here, a couple of top wicks, but overall, just not moving. Just not moving. POC is down to 334. What stocks should smaller accounts trade? Options if that's on that are not shorted data but don't risk the whole port. You could trade the X's. So my first recommendation, if you've got a small account but you want to trade options, look up these cats right here, the X's, the 10X sectors. Look up those options, and then trade the options on those. You can get away with 40 to $80 give or take. You could trade options on these things, and allow you to trade the S&P without actually trading really the S&P. You could trade components of the S&P. Have you thought of traders having a meetup, like a 2 to 3 day conference where we can meet and mingle and learn? Our friend attended Traders for a Cause, an event, and was quite impressed. Yeah, we had a conference last year. So we had their first annual OM conference in Las Vegas last year, in April of last year. Last year, I said last year, last year. We're about to do another conference as well. This one's probably going to be in Montana, and I'll be scheduling it here shortly. It's usually a one-day conference where we get together. I think it was 8.5 hours last time. We talked about a bunch of different stuff, meet and greet, had some food. It's good stuff. Yeah. So if you do want to join up, we'll be sending out information here shortly about the next conference. A little bit more red. Nvidia is getting sold. Man, does Nvidia takes that baby out, we may have a little fun there. Can you include me on that conference? I'm no longer a member, but I listened to your stream a while. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'll announce it on the stream here too when I'm doing that. You're like that guy in the cube next to me that's always got something good to say, except we were working from home now. Well, there you go. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. Can we bring a +1? Yeah, certainly. Yeah, I'll be selling tickets for it to pay for it. But yeah, we'll do it. Yeah. Can we play with the Reaper? I'll see if they'll let me borrow one. Yeah. I don't know if you answered my question earlier, but tomorrow would in fact work better for the call. Morning is fine. I'm free all day tomorrow. We love it. Yeah, so we can do it tomorrow. That's fine. I'll post it. Bottom wick again. Nvidia bottom wick. $349. Nvidia starting to bounce 902.5, and Nvidia or Nasdaq is still kind of just pinging back and forth here. Let's see if they can hold it. $352. 5-minute bottom wick. Let's see here. No movement. Let's do one in Charlotte. There you go. You have no idea. It'll be a good conversation for sure. Have I taken any trades yet? Yeah, I took a Nasdaq short this morning and Nasdaq long. So far, I'm just sitting pretty, sitting flat here. Three, four, eight, back and forth. Not a lot going on. We are just pinned back and forth 350. Back and forth. CVD is still holding down here at 720. ES is got a whole bunch of liquidity all over the place. We've got what 45, 40, 32, and 17. Green candles. Apple's starting to bounce. All we need is Nvidia to bounce, and Nasdaq should retreat back up to the top here. But other than that, we're just kind of back and forth. Back and forth. Choppy, choppy, choppy. We're at 355 now. A little bit of green. Bubbling up. There goes Apple on up. TLT is dropping. Even the Russell, look at that. Russell rebounded all of it. Look at that. Uh-oh, here comes Nasdaq. 361, 362. And top wick back down. Tesla short squeezing. Yeah, Tesla's up 5.7%. Google's up 6.8%. Nvidia is up 2.6%, but they're still falling. Still falling. Another nasty topic on Nasdaq. Disgusting. Starting to look a lot like Friday after this. Was it 18,360 here? 358. Let's see, 5-minute chart. Let's go to SPY. Hammered top wick candle on Nasdaq. So, I don't really see much worth trading so far. I'm just going to watch, see everything kind of. I'm seeing some interesting price action on Nvidia here. Nvidia is trying to put a new low in. So we are seeing a little bit of pushing and a pulling. And we'll see what they can really do with this. There's another top wick right on down. Blasting. But it's got to make a move for me to get into this thing. If Apple can turn down for Nvidia, we'll have some correlation. Aren't you sometimes playing the bounces off the morning range? I am, but right now this price action is just terrible. Let's see. We have a 110-point range on ES. Nasdaq is there. Large red candles, look at that. 343. Uh-oh, there goes Nvidia. Nvidia's coming off, big time red. So far, that's a double top rejection off the morning high, 339 and dropping. Beautiful stuff so far. But still wicky. Still wicky. We'll see what we could do with this. 343. POC is right here at 333. I finished 75 hard over the weekend. Posted my results in the fitness channel. Let's go take a look at your results. Fitness channel. Progress picture every day. 75 completed. Let's see. Challenge. I definitely agree with that. It's discipline. Yep. Starting weight 168. Ending. Oh man, you lost 23 pounds. 21 pounds. I can't do math apparently. Beautiful. No cheat meals. No alcohol. No 1 gallon of water a day. Read 10 pages. Nice. 2 45-minute workouts. Must be outside. Man, that's awesome stuff, dude. You can see a ton of results there. Ton of results. That's awesome, man. Well done. Proud of you. Y'all go look at the fitness channel. Look at his results. Awesome stuff. I know that's hard to do, man. That's hard to do. You just accomplished something. Not only physically, but you grinded your mind, baby. Stay hard. Apple's coming off. Nvidia, there goes the bonds, 92.60 again. XLF is still going up. So the S&P is a little bit more resilient than NASDAQ here. No trades for me still. And we're just bouncing off of where we bounced there at 10:50 in the morning. Do I trade more scalps or longer dated options? Right now, it's scalps thrown in with some longer dated options every now and then. But I'm very picky and choosy with my long dated options. Ooh, dang, look at that. Now we're starting to sell. 332. Nvidia's getting smoked. Golly. Uh-oh. What's this doing? What's this doing? 334. Interesting. Interesting. Nvidia still selling. Target for this would be, let's see. They just hit the POC and they're bouncing right now, a little green. But if they take this out, I'll be looking for about 300, a retracement to 300 if this were to continue. But Nvidia is still selling. A lot of selling here on Nvidia. 335. CVD just went from positive 750 to negative 1300 on NASDAQ. That's a pretty regressive drop on CVD. Pretty aggressive drop on CVD. And here comes the continuation candle right here on the 5-minute, 331. Oof. Iceberg sitting at 331. Instant reversal candle, red. We have two icebergs coming on lower at 336 and then 829. But it's very, very wicky, all over the place. Every candle's insta-wicked. 340. Same crap as Friday. Same crap as Friday. Just wicky. Three, 4, 8. Coming back up there. Large green candles on NASDAQ. Bought it all the way back up instantly off of the POC. That's right where we were looking at, right there. That 5-minute POC is 333, which is typically going to be decent support. And we just bottom wick right off of it. 347. So, let's see. Where is my 200 on there, by the way? Huh. Let me mute that. Put it back on and off. They're putting on liquidity back higher, too. Into 375 and 360. 347. They've got what? 360 on, 375. 5-minute. All right, Nvidia's putting on some green. Another top wick here. Looks like they're going to fail 349. They're trying to, but it's just red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green. Awful stuff. So what time is it? Got about another 30 minutes. I'm going to call this a morning. I think it's a fantastic day. Fantastic day. Don't want to mess it up. 351. Going from negative to positive iceberg really mean anything? Like 460 thought the middle is negative 230. Now it's 230. No, it's just for me the quantity of icebergs. And this thing is just whipsawing all over the place. So the icebergs are coming on in a very large way. I mean, 467, 718, I mean, right here. But so far, it hasn't manifested into a move yet. So it could, but we just got to be patient and wait for that move. $52.34. $334. Another red candle back down. Whipsaw, whipsaw, whipsaw. 5 minute. Nothing going on. Hopefully we can get another test of that 831 to short off of. But where's Tesla's resistance? Tesla's going to have a lot of volatile moves after the quarter they've had. You know, Tesla's gotten pounded a lot. There's a little more red shakedown here. 18,340. 340. So we're dealing with 347. Check, check. Got me. Lost my internet again. Large red candles coming off. Selling big time. Uh-oh. Starting to turn a little spicy. Right when my internet goes out. 300 maybe? Starting to turn a little spicy. Interesting. Still going. Nvidia's really starting to sell. And of course, instant green candle. Let's see. 5166. Interesting. $18,323. Nvidia is 891. It's still falling. Apple's coming off 321. We can hear you now? Sweet. Good. I'm glad we're back. Yeah, keep having internet problems with the internet here. Loud and clear. 321. So CVD dropped aggressively down to 1800. Large green candles. But on the 5 minute, we've got red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green. So we need the sellers to put together something here on the 5 minute to get anything done. Got to be able. All right, so now we have a little flow through here. Now we've got a little something going on here. If we can get this thing to continue down. $316. It looks like they want 300 now. Small win, calling it a day. Don't like this price action. Well done, Damien. I love it. Smart move so far. But this is starting to pick up a little momentum. So this could be profitable. Could be profitable. Red candle on Nvidia still going. Let's see, 888.67. We've got down to 300. Another red momentum here shift. So if NASDAQ give this level out, I'd be looking all over 300. That would be my next target on NVIDIA. Or on NASDAQ. Same thing. Yeah, so another 16 points down for 300 would be my target to the downside if this were to break lower. There we go. But it's still instant wicked. Every red candle still instantly wicked. Like it's got to just get some momentum here on the 5-minute. We'll see what we can do it. 311. Nice move coming down. 312. Nice, Damien. Well done. Well done. Done before the afternoon pump. So here comes 300. That will be finally taking out that prior candle. Large red and dropping. Overall, we got 300 liquidity, still falling. Popping in and out here. NVIDIA heads 878. I'll have to look at their chart. 878 would put us at the pre-market gap, so yeah, that's the most likely target. So all the icebergs on ES here have finally started to move a little bit down. ES is a lot slower than NASDAQ, though. And NASDAQ is still coming off NVIDIA. 5230. I'll look for 300 on this move here. Another iceberg filled, and here comes another top wick flip on down to 300. Boom, flowing. Excellent. Still going. So I've ridden this move down here. I just entered another short on this popping in and out, but this is momentum is starting to pick up. This is the price action I'm looking for, not the instant wick that we had up until the 10:10 candle, 11:10 Eastern. So everything up until that the 11:10 was bottom wick. Then we finally rolled, and this is the momentum I actually want to play. I'm being patient, and I'm waiting for momentum here, and I'm trading this. NVIDIA is just absolutely getting smoked. 301. Beautiful stuff, man. Beautiful stuff. Reactive, though. A little bit too reactive for me. Nice fall and well done, buddy. Keep up the great work. NVIDIA is still getting smoked 886. There's that 300 target right there. Am I looking at NASDAQ? Yes, I am. Just popped that 300 target right there. That's what we were looking at, that 300 target. I need to change this right here. That's better. Okay. I need to change this. $313. Strong green overnight, now up 30K on paper trading. Nice. Sitting at a cafe and my laptop battery's almost dead, so I'm out for the day. Nice, Arista. Arista Barista at a cafe. Nice. Name checks out. Bottom wick with volume. So VPA right there with a possible bottom off of the level of 18,300. Possible. $317. NVIDIA is still there. Bottom wick off of it. All right, Apple's starting to go back up. If we kind of get any, especially after this bottom wick on the VPA, right at 18,300, if we can get NVIDIA to base, there'd be a great long opportunity. Now, the place I would really like to long at is the morning low of 18,270. That'd be a fantastic long if we can get down there. Apple's going back up. Do you rely on volume as a confirmation, knowing is already low? I do. Yeah, so right now we have a high volume spike on the 5-minute with a bottom wick, and that puts us right on top of VWAP as well, which is the back end confirmation. But that's a first indication. Now the secondary confirmation is what I'm going to confirm on is the follow-on candle. So if this follow-on candle fails, obviously I'm not going to long that. Plus, market awareness, I'm watching NVIDIA. NVIDIA continues to drop. And I'm not going to long NASDAQ with NVIDIA still dropping. NVIDIA is just too big of a trade, a part of NASDAQ. Putting on liquidity up here at 18,340. A little bit of flow down. So any kind of basing, I'm going to see if they can attack upwards into that 18,340 realm right here. Couple of bottom wicks. This would be a great spot right here if we can hold this bottom wick. Great spot. Great spot if we can get this thing to hold this bottom wick right here. There goes NVIDIA with a green candle. We have a VPA bottom right here. This is a great spot to hold this thing. Now they're starting to get on another. That's 2 bottom wicks in a row. If this 5-minute candle closes, this would be a fantastic spot for us to get up to this 340 area. But it's got to hold. It's got to hold. So the wicks couldn't close above the morning range, which means it'd been a perfect short entry. Yep, absolutely. But this candle's got to close for me to look at it long first. It's got to close. Ooh, look at that. Did my stream go out again? Dang it. So Vish, are you still on here, Vish? We were talking about yesterday what my favorite setup is. 3-candle pattern with volume. And if this closes, this will be a nice entry for a 3-candle pattern. You throw in a retest, now I'm really, really happy. What time frame am I using? The 5 and the 15. 5 and 15. I'll once we get this 15-minute close, I'll know that as well. Yeah, there's your retest off the 200 right there. My 200 won't show up, by the way. I keep muting and unmuting. It won't show up. I can't get it to show up. Has Europe changed their times yet? Are we still an hour and a half away, or an hour and 7 minutes away? Still away. 2 weeks away. Okay. It's 4:25 p.m. in Germany. Nice. It's 10:24 here in Alaska, Central Time, Alaska. red here. And NVIDIA is still falling here too. So we'll see what happens on this candle. But look at the 5-minute cycles as well. We had nice green, nice green, nice green. The second the 5 minutes started, instant red. That's that 5-minute cycles. 317. Still holding though, so we're fine so far. And if I can get a closure, and if I can get NVIDIA to base, that's when we'll start to look to go long. There we go. We'll see what happens here. Another top wick. Eee. I don't like it. 319. Another smash down. NVIDIA's 888.6. Back and forth. We have a 5-minute doji. CVD is still dropping. 2200 negative on NASDAQ, which is substantially red, by the way. Substantially red. More red. $308. All right. So obviously that fails the confirmation, so no trade. Coming on down to 310. Once again, we're hanging out at 300. Yet, at least. I'll be impressed if we get to 5190 today. Well, let's see what happens here, because the data has been pulling us lower on the option chain today. It's all been pointed lower. Right now, it's currently 512, which is 2 points below. So we'll see how we can get there. $310. NVIDIA conference is all week until the 21st. After today, probably will go up for a couple of days and then go down into Friday. Yeah, my overall thesis is pump into FOMC and then drop after FOMC. So that's what I'd be looking for. VIX is 1436. NVIDIA still holding. 320. Here's another bottom wick. That's 3 bottom wicks in a row. Can we get one of them to close? If we get one of them to close, we can start looking for it. But right now, it's just all over the place. We do have this little cat up here, 13,360. But right now, the main levels here, I've got 512 in SPY and a little bit at 515. So that's why it's back and forth right there. But we still have a couple of bottom wicks. And then, of course, we have liquidity coming on a little bit upwards here to 360, which keeps coming off and on, spoofing. ES has got this big cat at 5220 and 5207. There's a close of 5-minute candle. Nice long lower shadow bottom wick, but still not moving away. Next 5-minute candle starts, instantly red. So far, 316. And this one may fail lower here. FOMC is Wednesday, yeah. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Wick, wick, wick. NVIDIA is going lower. Large red candles on NVIDIA, new low of the day. And can they get 4 bottom wicks in the row on NASDAQ, or is this one actually going to pummel down into retesting 300 again? NVIDIA is really sliding here. Really sliding. $52.30. There goes NVIDIA. Let's see. Another failed breakdown again. So that's 4 failed breakdowns. Oh, look at that. See that big volume hit? Boom. Instant bottom wick though. Even though that was a high volume push down there with liquidity, it was instantly bottom wicked into this 295 area. But it's starting to eat lower, and NVIDIA is still putting in lows here. And that's another failed bottom wick, which shows you how strong the sellers are at the moment. 50, 306, 302. You see that keep on hitting it. This liquidity keeps on hitting it. Negative 3,000 CVD on NASDAQ, which is very bearish. That's a very heavy CVD for NASDAQ. $302, $303, $301. Still pressing. Still pressing. Can they actually do something with this? Still going down. There we go. Now we're really falling. Let's get that lower target. Get that lower target. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. What's your lower target? I would probably look for the low of the day of 270. That would be my first target on NASDAQ. That just failed 2 bottom wicks in a row, but it shows you how strong this is. Not to mention of all the options expiration down at 512 on SPY. There's a whole bunch down there. So I don't know if we'll get down that far. That's another 20 points on ES and 2 points on SPY. But that would put us right around the low of the day, give or take, just down in that area. Another 10 points would be below that, yeah. So, interesting stuff. We have 18,285 here on NASDAQ, and then down here to 265 and 250. Not to say we won't bounce up. Like I said, I'm not trying to sit here and look for red, red, red all day, but currently, I'm just playing the cycle. And my first target here with this breaking that would be the low of the day. I haven't been able to log into Rhythmic in the past hour and a half, so that's out. I'm losing confidence in Rhythmic. Every day there's a freaking problem with it. Still dropping. Nice. There's more red. Next target's going to be 270 on NASDAQ. Yeah, for some reason I can't log into mine. It says it's login failed. Please contact your administrator. That's that type of stuff. So I can't log in. $286. Another iceberg lower, and then we're going to try 250. But I think SPY is going to try to grab this 512, which makes sense. That'll put us right into the gap if that were the case. Large red candles. VIX is popping back up too. Whoever masters 0DT these days, great job. Yeah, you got to play very tight with the zeros. 100%. This has been definitely a whipsaw of a day for sure. Definitely a day of patience. NVIDIA conferences all week till the 21st. After today, probably will go up for a couple of days and down into Friday. Yeah. I think pop into FOMC and then drop it. I wonder what's going to happen tomorrow, though. If you're not losing money, you're probably not making money either. Trading is a numbers game. You win and lose by taking calculated risks. That's 100% right. 100% right. Oh man. Another day of reversals. Surprise, surprise. Another day of reversals. What's up, Hammy? Have a good rest of the day, buddy. Enjoy your post 75. Hey, you gonna stick with 75 hard, or are you gonna loosen up a little bit and go back to it? What are you gonna do? What's your post 75 hard plan? Nice, Coach Mac. ES Macro was on the money. Yeah, it was on the money. Is Q the ETF to watch for Nasdaq along with Nvidia? Yep. What's a better price indicator? Top wick, bottom wick with volume, or engulfing candle with volume? Both of them together would be the best. If I can get a bottom wick, or if I want to look for an upside, if I get a bottom wick with a engulfing green, yeah, that right there is. If you take out the prior resistance in that red candle, it's beautiful. 25 soft. I love it. I love it. I'm going to do the live hard program, so I'm starting phase 1. I don't know what that is. Live hard program, not live hard. Live hard program. Nasdaq 1 minute candle shows high wick with volume. I don't trade off the 1 minute. I trade off the 5 and 15, which we have another green candle, but with extra stuff. I'll have to look at it. Yeah, I'd like to do that. Because I feel fantastic. I'm not going to lie, man. I'm 2.5 weeks in. I feel great. My bench is actually staying there. I thought I might lose some weight off my bench, but I'm not. Still feel strong. You know why I hate stops? It hits and reverses on me. Yep. Got to set them stops outside that liquidity. I feel you. Nvidia's 3 green candles. 514. I'm going to give this a few more minutes. We're going to call that a morning. 2 great trades this morning, this afternoon. A couple of scalps in and out. Other than that, yeah. Look where it bounced, the body of the range. I see what you're saying. Okay, nice. That level at 52.18 looks too big to not yet first. Too big to not yet first. Oh man, can't type today. I know. 53.04. Still holding. Very slow stuff here. I would love to get a test of the morning low. Love it. That would be a good confident area to go along with this type of price action. But it's still a bit of ways down. We're still 30 points down on NASDAQ. I don't know if we'll actually get there, but right now it's a little choppy back and forth. But I would love to get down there. NVIDIA is starting to put on some decent green here. They led that way down. Apple, although is coming off hard, NVIDIA is going up. So they're kind of rotating back and forth there. 303. Nice little red. Apple broke VWAP with volume. Nice. Well, that's another thing to talk about too. I mean, right now we're holding right at VWAP, which is indicative of choppy range stuff. So another bottom wick on NASDAQ. $308. Lower confidence stuff. So remember the time frames. This is lower confidence stuff for coming into the afternoon hours. The price action, the volume's coming off here. You know, so we've already gotten our morning stuff in. So don't get too feisty to be jumping into trades until you see some confirmation, because even then, you could get whipsawed with the chop. Nice green on NVIDIA and Apple. $309, $310, still not moving. Right on VWAP. NVIDIA is starting to put on a red. Apple is still sliding downward. And we're pinned to 307. Oh man, boring stuff. What's the VIX doing? VIX is 1435 and dropping. So they're not killing the VIX, but they're not popping it either. All indicative of range day. I think we're halted? Yeah. Let's see, tomorrow's Tuesday. Let me check something. Whew, God, it's terrible. All right, we're going to have our Tier 2 call tomorrow after the stream. We'll do it, let's call it, we're going to do it at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock Eastern. How about that? I'm going to post it. So get your questions ready. Got so many questions ready. Got a bunch ready last night. Good. Good. Keep them coming. I'll answer everything I can. Definitely not an expert by any means, but I have learned a lot of lessons along the way, and I'll give everything I've learned. Do you ever take a trade on a hunch or get a gut feeling? Absolutely, I do. Yeah. That's that spidey sense you build by being in the markets for a long time. Those are the hard ones to to teach you all, because like how do I tell you all from a technical standpoint I'm taking a trade on a hunch? I can't do that. Like you can't teach that. That's something the market has to teach you. A little bit more red. Still not moving though. Your best trades come from that intuition. Oh yeah, that's because unless you trade through a set program, all trading is intuition. There you go. Couple of bottom wicks. Nvidia is trying to come back up here. Do we actually get a move or no? Apple's still selling. Nvidia still going upwards. Another bottom wick on NASDAQ. Back and forth. Back and forth. Ooh. Look at that. Look at that liquidity they're spoofing at 250. Big liquidity down here at 250. Big red candles. Man, they might drop this thing, dude, even more. Maybe we'll get our morning low test. That'd be beautiful. Be beautiful. $302. We just got to get away from 300, man. Just got to get away from 300. Overnight low test would be even more beautiful. That would be beautiful. I'm just trying to get 20 points down, but right now we're not even moving. But Nvidia is dropping back off. Apple is definitely sliding. 270 would put us on the liquidity book right there, which is not much there. The only thing we have is this cat down here that's spoofing at 250. And here's another red move down. Let's see if we can do something without wicking. There goes Nvidia. Large red candles. Coming off a little bit. Trying to make a move lower, but no dice. Pressing lower. Man, this is boring stuff. I'm going to give this another 5 minutes or so, and I'm going to call that a morning. Nvidia, $10 million worth of outside the money calls after the drop. That was 3 minutes ago. Will Nvidia reverse this thing? Missy Elliott, put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Fleur not flip it right yet. I think it's time for lunch. Oh, yeah. I'm going to take a look at something. Nvidia call buying is very, very strong this morning. I will tell you that. Interesting. For tomorrow, yep. If you were holding Apple puts and you were up 26% right now, would you be looking to scale out? I would at least set a stop. I normally don't look to scale out on 26% normally, but you could definitely start setting stops. Really depends on why you entered and what you think. Top wick still. Still some red. I was aiming for Apple to reach 175, 30, but I'm worried I won't reach that. I'm going to stick with my original plan. Stick with the original plan, man. If you've got a good plan, let it execute. Just because, I mean, even if it does bounce back up and something like that and you give back some money, more often than not, if you stick with the thesis, you'll be okay. A little bit more red here coming off. Nvidia is still flowing down big time. Apple's now flowing down. We'll see if we can grab our morning low, finally. 283, 282. There we go. Here comes morning low of 270. Took off that 225 area. Nvidia's there. 280, 279. 278 low would be 270 is the pre-market low, or the overnight low. Not all wrong again. Current session low. $281. Nvidia still sliding down. Apple still sliding down. Microsoft is holding. We just got off of this level, but right here. Considering buying an 1874 colonial home and doing what we did the other home, we're just going to work on getting the carpet, putting back the wood floors again, restoring the chimney. Nice. That'll be a beautiful project. I'd love to see that. I love restorations. Couple of bottom wicks here on NASDAQ, but still just very wicky, same price action. Here's the next 5-minute cycle. We'll know what kind of continuation we're going to get here. 280. Nvidia's really sliding now. Really sliding. But we're holding this range so far. Yeah, Nvidia's sliding big time, man. You know, they're down. They were up almost 4%. Now they're about to break even, and they're giving it all back. They already took out their day's lows. Now they're just now filling the gap right here. Another bottom wick on NASDAQ. Nice little bounce. Beautiful. It's beautiful. Up to 300. Yeah, I'd love to see a picture of that, Kennedy, for sure. Oh, man. 18297. Yeah, check this out right here, Vish. Morning range, baby. Morning range. Large green still going. Is a Lee Rat special downtrend off the ADMA? Possibly. Possibly. Let me see. Let me get this going. Not much going on right now. We're just playing the ranges. Playing the ranges. I'm about to call it a day. Can you explain more about your weekly strategy with iron condors? Yeah. So I haven't done one in a hot minute, but my strategy is to put on an iron condor on Monday for a Friday expiration, 1 week out. That'll net me approximately $2.50 to $3 credit per leg. So $2.50, $3 for the credit spread, $2.50, $3 for the put spread, which nets me anywhere between $5 to $6 a week of credit. So that's a pretty good chunk of change. Pretty good chunk of change. Now the goal is to put those on far enough outside of the expected moves and the resistance of the market where you have natural resistance baked in either leg, and just ride those out. Hedge as needed. Write things off. Now, kind of an unwritten rule for me is that if I catch 50 or 60% very quickly, I'll go ahead and close that thing out. We're definitely going to see it Saturday to see if electric plumbing foundations are all good to go. If not, maybe it may not be worth it. Concerned about the low price, but could be a steal if the mechanics are good to go. Money pit with Tom Hanks. Yeah, so whatever you think it's going to cost to renovate that stuff, I would add at least 50% to that cost, especially this day and age. There's always unforeseen problems. Selling energy. Interesting. Very slow price action. All right, I'm going to call this a day. More importantly, when you're getting your honeybees. I already got them. Got them this weekend. That's why my face is blowing up like a basketball. I have 2 hives and I'm fixing to go out this afternoon to add another deep box, another super to each hive. I know exactly what that means because my wife is a geek. I love it. They're getting ready to blow up. I'm seeing a lot of bees here in the flowers already. Oh yeah, I love it. I can't wait, man, because we have a bunch of peach trees and apple trees, and they're starting to bud, and I want the bees to go crazy and pollinate those things. It is super hot. I love it. I love it. She knows everything. She's been watching YouTube videos and reading, and she got bee books, and she's like knows everything about it. And it's impressive, man. I love being married to someone that impresses me. It's a very attractive quality and delicious because she's going to give me lots of delicious honey. The actual honey. 275. Yes. Oh, red candles. Honey's giving me honey. Yeah. Marry someone who impresses you. Definitely. 27980 coming back down. Nvidia's still coming off here. They're going to do this slow grind, sell all day. Is that what they're going to do here? We'll see what happens with the morning low. 280. $279. Red candles 273. Y'all lose me again? Red candles. There's morning low right there. $282. There's morning low to the tick. To the tick. Still not moving. Today I see myself getting in a rushed entry, and for some reason I was up nicely, but I held. Why am I so emotional? Well, that's why you have to automate your system as best you can. You set stops and forget about it. That way you don't cause yourself to hold positions too long. Stops are your best friend. I know it's aggravating to put on a position and immediately get stopped out and go the other way and stuff like that, but if you're in a position and you set a stop and you do not touch that stop, you can absolutely limit your losses. It's a comfort for me to know that no matter what happens, I'm not going to lose money or whatever outside of that stop. Wife's hitting home runs for lunch today? Heck yeah. Delicious, dude. What's that? Is that banana pudding on the right? Are you having grilled chicken and rice with banana pudding? Looks amazing. Looks amazing. Seems like a fair amount of decent pre-market moves lately. Any advice for playing pre-post market? Honestly, yeah. On every 2 days. So after every 2 green days, hold a short overnight. After every 2 red days, hold a long overnight. That's all that's been happening. 2 reds, 2 greens. 2 reds, 2 greens. For the most part, obviously. Obviously, it's not all the time, and that's only because we haven't gotten out of this range in months. Apple crumb cheesecake pie? Holy snokes. That sounds amazing, dude. 18292. We just tapped the lows. What are we going to do with the lows? Apple's still selling. Nvidia is coming back up a touch. So pushing and a pulling on these names. NASDAQ cannot bounce for nothing. $287, $286, $230, $300. Back and forth. I kept no stop, that's why. Yep, you got to play with a stop. You got to play with a stop. If you don't have the discipline to close out a position what's going against you, like you 100% have to use stops. You have to. Non-negotiable. You remember, you know, there was a little bit of aggravation posted in that post from Friday that I posted. I just used the word post like 4 times in one sentence. And it's right. Like if you're going to spend the money and time in this community or any other community, you've got to start applying the stuff that you're learning. And that means executing properly and beginning to right the ship. The way I see a trading strategy, it's like a big old cruise ship. Like you turn the wheel, you know, all the way to one side, and it takes some time to move that big rudder and get that big old cruise ship to start turning. But you got to start turning. Got to start making changes. Start putting stops in place. No exceptions. The only person to blame is yourself. There's no reason you can't be profitable at this. There's absolutely no reason you cannot be profitable at this. Post the posty post is right. Could you look at Tesla for me and give me your thoughts? Let me take a look. Yeah, so let's take a look. Let me delete all this crap. I got a whole bunch of notes on Tesla. I got to delete all these. All right. So this range on Tesla is the last line of defense. It's the bottom of the volume profile nodes, and it's the prior pivots that's happened 4 other times. November 2022, March of 23, April 23, and May of 2023. And we're bouncing off of that all that liquidity. This is the last line of defense for Tesla. They're buying up here. I don't know how far. I can pretty much guarantee they are going to bounce off of it, but I don't know how far. If this were to fail and go lower, we're going to 102, 100. Like Tesla will come down and transact into the lower 100s if it fails this area. So be ready for Tesla. If you want to take a put on Tesla, if they fail back down and start to retrace again, I got 120 all over it. Maybe even 107, 110. You have to realize the euphoria for Tesla was not driven by fundamentals. It's driven by euphoria. Now that has now transferred to NVIDIA. So Tesla is in a free fall. All right, y'all. I am going to call this a morning. I got to go grab some lunch. I'm making homemade Qdoba bowls. Rice bowls with a little bit of chicken. Spicy chicken. I use Valentina's as the seasoning, which is delicious, by the way. Yeah, buddy. I've been playing the big green daily candles each day. Oh, yeah. Nice Tennessee. Yeah. Balls fan. Love it. Wait, I'm in a long. I love it. So, placing a stop loss with shorter dated expirations is different than longer dated options. Oh, yeah. Yeah. If you're going to trade shorter dated options, you have to put. I mean, if you're going to take the risk of trading zeros, for example, you got to be able to will. You have to be willing to place a stop that's beyond 30% loss. Otherwise, you will get stopped out all the time. Until obviously you're in profit and moving the right way. So, all right, y'all. Hope y'all had a fantastic day. A couple of good trades this morning. Other than that, it's been down, but very choppy down, which is not the greatest price action to play. If you noticed, every candle's been heavily wicked except for that one big red engulfing there at right before 11 o'clock. So, hope y'all had a fantastic day. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to post this in the Tier 2 chat. Tomorrow morning, after the morning stream, approximately 12 Eastern, we're going to be doing a real estate chat for all the people interested in investing in real estate. Or, if you are more knowledgeable than I am, bring your lessons learned and we can share those too. And I'll be sharing what I learn. It'll be 12 Eastern time tomorrow in the Tier 2 channel. Right after the stream. We'll be talking about real estate. So, looking forward to it. I love real estate. I'm actually more passionate about real estate than I am trading. It's just a great way to create long-term wealth. Keyword there, long-term. So, all right. Love y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm out. See you.